Gloves boxing action from the Felt Forum at Madison Square Garden in just a moment.
Body punches. The first couple were half-speed punches, then he went to work.
Dominguez getting in a soft right hand.
He's caught Santiago a number of times with that right hand, but it doesn't seem to bother Santiago. Sooner or later it will, though, if he keeps catching him.
Oh, yeah.
And nice straight right hand, yes.
One thing about Dominguez, he takes a good punch and keeps coming straight at you.
Yeah, he does. He doesn't back off at all.
No. And Felix is good for throwing punches in all kinds of angles. He's good at that.
Seems to be moving a lot. There's that left hook again. Good combination. That left hook again scores for Felix Santiago. Now it looks like Santiago's looking to land only that big left. Dominguez scores with a right, but not much behind it. Under 10 seconds to go. Round 2. Professional boxing is coming to you from Madison Square Garden's Felt Forum. Santiago, 21 years old, from Brooklyn, who has looked good thus far. This is round 3, scheduled for 8.
We had a little intrigue going on in between rounds, Sam. Mark Breland was trying to signal to Felix Santiago what he should do, and but he didn't want Mike Dominguez to see it. But Harold Weston, who's in Dominguez's corner, he caught Mark.
Yeah, both of us, we're all good friends. They can't tell one and tell the other another thing, and then they go out there doing the same thing and catch each other.
All right, next round you tell Dominguez.
I tell Dominguez.
Even it up.
You know, you talked about Santiago leaning with his head much or too much forward, Mark. Now you have an interesting style of fighting, keeping your left hand down and you lean way back away from punches.
Right. I keep my left hand down. As I lean back, they lean in, and my arms are long enough so I can just counter off of them.
It's a sin, Sam. It really is, and Mark will agree with me, I'm sure. It's a sin to stay straight up like that, even the way Mark does. But there's a couple of guys around who can do that. They're so good that they can get away with it. Ali was one, Mark's another. There's a few others who are so good and so quick that they could commit that sin and get away with it.
Right. If you can't get away with it, either you'll be punchy or
or you will be around
a few times. You know, it'll take its toll after a while.
Oh, sure. As you get older, Mark, you slow up a little bit. You know, that's what happens with a lead.
Reflex starting to slow down.
Four-time Golden Glove champion Mark Breland joining John Condon and myself here at ringside. And tomorrow night, Mark hopes to take another step closer to that 5th Golden Glove championship when he fights in the Golden Glove semifinals.
Dennis Milton on the same card looking for his number 4 medal.
Mark, were you disappointed that you couldn't fight in that tournament against the Cubans last month?
Somewhat. Then after I started thinking about it, you know, I do want to win the Golden Gloves. And, like they said, I could have been cut or anything, accident, a butt or anything like that. But yeah, I just want to get out here and win the Golden Gloves. Then I'll meet them in the Olympics.
I guess that's the country to worry about, isn't it? Cuba, mostly.
Yeah. The Cubans are pretty tough.
Yeah.
Right here, we're late in round 3. Felix Santiago lands a good straight right hand on the chin of Mike Dominguez. End of round 3. We look at Felix Santiago.
Santiago wanted to keep right on going.
Well, he looks fresh. He looks tireless, Mark.
No, he
good trainer.
As the fight goes on, he gets even stronger.
Good trainer.
Yeah, he's a good trainer. Yeah.
The gentleman with the beard that's in his corner, Thibodeau, I think his name is Thibodeau. He's also he also works in the corner with Hector Camacho.
Right.
I believe he's their cut man. And Harold Weston Sr.'s in the corner of Mike Dominguez. We'll take another look at some of the action in that last round. Now, this is just before the bell sounded. Dominguez on the right. Santiago. Just trying to get that right. He just missed it. He measured him, but he didn't measure him quite right. Now he's doing all right. That was all right. That was right on the old Schnazzola. Good punch by Dominguez.
Round 4 scheduled for 8. Felix Santiago and Mike Dominguez, and again that left hook scoring well for Santiago. Dominguez getting in a good right hand.
If you notice, Dominguez throw his punches straight at you. If Felix was to move into an angle, he would catch him by countering. So he comes straight at you. And he's straight at you.
Felix would move to either side, you mean?
To either side.
Felix just wants to punch it out with Dominguez, and that's why he's not doing that, I guess, Mark. So far, Felix gets the vote for the best dressed fighter of the season.
No question.
Those are homemade trunks, I'm sure.
Yeah, they are some pretty trunks, I think.
Should be more of that. There used to be a day, Mark, many, many years ago, long before your time, when a champion always wore purple trunks. And that was the mark of a champion.
Dominguez a little short with that right hand.
This is a good bout. This is a good bout, Sam. They're
very evenly
good fighters.
Yeah.
They're equally talented. They're evenly matched. It looks like a fight that's going to go all the way, and it's going to be an interesting fight until the final bell.
This is an even match fight. Oh yeah, definite. Both of them, they fight. They're made for each other. You know, it's going to be a good one.
Less than a minute to go in round 4.
Mark, do you use a plastic mouthpiece?
Yeah.
Would you rather use a rubber mouthpiece?
No, I got a mouthpiece made by a doctor. It's a mouthpiece it costs $400.
Oh.
But he made it for me especially. I don't know what it does, but when I bite down on it, I get more strength. It's a strange mouthpiece. But it works pretty good.
Make sure you keep it around.
Oh, yeah.
Santiago going with a right hand. We are late in round 4 of the scheduled 8-rounder. Lightweights Felix Santiago and Mike Dominguez. Back with more boxing in a moment. You're watching professional boxing from Madison Square Garden's Felt Forum. Condon and Mark Breland ringside at Madison Square Garden's Felt Forum. Tomorrow night, Mark Breland will be in the ring in the semifinals of the Golden Gloves. Right in the ring right now in the striped trunks, Felix Santiago. In the black trunks, Mike Dominguez. Tough fight thus far. How about the fight that Dominguez is fighting, Mark? What do you think?
He's fighting a good fight. It's just he's a little too straight up. That's his type of fight. That's his type of fighting. But if he snaps his jab more, it'd be an easier fight for him.
Who do you think is ahead right now, Mark?
I think Felix is ahead on points right now. He's throwing the more punches and the more effective punches.
Yeah, right.
Good right hand got in there by Santiago. And the left hook by Santiago.
Come up with that, and Dominguez has a bloody nose. He's had it now for 2 rounds. Dominguez doesn't give any ground. He just stands there. He takes what Santiago has to offer. Tries to get his own stuff off.
Dominguez is throwing just 1-2, 1-2. And if he hurt Felix with a right hand, it's just he backs off and just come back to another 1-2. Felix, when he hit him, he hurt him, and he's throwing several punches at one time.
Felix he's got him all figured out. He knows what he's going to do. He knows what to expect, I think.
Santiago landing some good punches. Mark, looking at your division this year in the Golden Gloves, there's some tough guys in there. The interesting thing that we've talked about is that they're looking to knock you off. They want to knock you off. How do you feel about that?
It makes me train hard. It makes me laugh a little bit. Because what they do is come right at me, hands down, and everything is coming upward, just around and upward, and they're leaving their head wide open.
And all Mark says is, come here, baby, I got something for you.
And then, it's like, I can take it. Everybody want to play the tough man. I can take it, and hey, I'm going to dish it out to you if you can take it.
All right. Looking forward to that. Mark, thank you so much for being with us tonight. Good luck tomorrow night. We'll see you in the ring.
Thank you very much.
Mark Breland.
Good to have you, Mark.
Top amateur boxer in the world, and looking for his 5th Golden Glove title this year. And his good friend Felix Santiago in the ring is doing a good job on Mike Dominguez here in round 5 as we head for the bell from Madison Square Garden's Felt Forum. This is professional boxing. Mike Dominguez, and I think over the last couple of rounds he's been slowing down a little, John.
Yeah, he's fighting pretty much of a defensive fight, Sam. Santiago became the boss in the early part of the fight, and he's been the boss throughout the fight.
Oh, that left is good on Santiago.
But again, I think it's a fight that's going to go all the way. There are two guys who really like the fight. They're in real good shape. And I think they know each other a little bit, Sam. They know each other's style, so they know what to expect. And neither one, I don't think, are very powerful when it comes to throwing punches. Because Santiago, for one, he has landed a lot of right hands on Dominguez. Dominguez is still there, and he's clear, and he's in shape, and doesn't appear to be hurting anywhere.
Oscar Perez is the referee.
Whom I never saw before. I swear I never saw him before, Sam. He's a recruit, I think. He's a new man.
A rookie?
Rookie. Our judges are Tony Castellano, Eva Shane, and Harold Letterman.
They are not rookies.
No, they are not.
They are outstanding veteran officials.
The rookie of the 3 is Eva Shane.
Oh, pretty flurry by Felix Santiago as Dominguez holding on. Santiago, one of those fighters, as John, you mentioned so often, he's not a one-punch knockout man, but he wears you down.
That's right. He's a kind of and as Mark Breland told us, he said he gets stronger as he goes along, and sure enough, he certainly is.
Dominguez trying to come back here in the 6th round. It's scheduled for 8. Santiago has 4 knockouts in his 5 professional fights.
Those punches are good punches, Sam, and they sound devastating. But you see that they're not doing that much damage to Dominguez. Dominguez is still hanging in there. He's inside. They're taking much punishment. Maybe some of those punches are being struck with an open glove.
Felix Santiago in the striped trunks, a Golden Gloves champion in 1982. Started boxing at age 12 in the Kid Gloves program.
It's great how these kids all know each other, huh? Mark Breland knows both of these boys. He boxes with them.
$15 seconds to go, round 6.
Dominguez is playing it smart.
Final seconds, round 6. Is in the black trunks, Felix Santiago in the striped trunks. This is round 7, 8 rounds, lightweight bout. Good left hook again by Santiago. Santiago has only been a pro for less than 6 months, John. He started fighting professionally September 30th.
He's doing very well. He's doing very well. He doesn't have the big punch.
Staying busy. There's a good left hand.
You'd have to argue about that big punch because he's got 5 wins and 4 of them by knockouts. But if he has a big punch, I haven't seen it tonight. He's got a good punch, but not a big one. Not an explosive punch.
He tends to win by flurries. He just gets an opening and overwhelms his opponent.
I'd have to guess that some of the fights that he had, the knockouts that he had, were fights that were stopped rather than the opponent was counted.
And he's hurt Dominguez here again.
Yes, he caught it full. He caught a right hand full.
Dominguez trying to tie him up, and Santiago won't let him do it. Dominguez is hurt.
And Santiago shows that he knows what it's all about. He will not allow Dominguez to climb up.
What work by Felix Santiago. Good right hand again by Santiago.
Just having a good time right now, Sam. He can do whatever he wants with Dominguez. Dominguez punches are coming very, very slowly. Dominguez very, very tired.
Santiago in superb condition.
Dominguez too, Sam, because if he weren't, he wouldn't have been able to take those punches.
That's a good point, John.
He's taken a lot of punishment from Santiago throughout the fight. And he's still upright. And look at him.